Rivers State returned to democratic rule in September 2025 after 6 months of emergency rule under the supervision of a sole administrator, Ibokete Ibas, appointed by President Bola Tinubu. Governor Siminalayi Fubara resumed office following the lifting of the state of emergency, which was imposed as a result of prolonged political crisis in the state. Following his return, relative calm was restored, with both sides on the political divide publicly committing to peace and cooperation in the interests of the state. However, in recent weeks, subtle political tensions have resurfaced. During his Thanksgiving tours across several local government areas, the Minister of the Federal Capital Territory, Nyesom Wike, stated that certain political agreements reached with Governor Fubara must be honored as part of the process that led to the governor's reinstatement into office. The governor, on his part, has also made indirect public remarks suggesting slight divisions within the political space. The governor's recent political alignments with the All Progressives Congress further fueled speculations about his political future and second-term ambition. Fast forward to Thursday, when the Rivers State House of Assembly, which had been on recess, reconvened for an emergency sitting. During the sitting, lawmakers accused Governor Fubara and his deputy, Ngozi Odu, of several alleged infractions, including the non-presentation of the 2026 appropriation bill, alleged spending without legislative approval, and claims of financial neglect of the Rivers State House of Assembly as well as the judiciary. The impeachment move was presented by the leader of the House and seconded by the deputy leader, who also spoke against the deputy governor. Within the Port Harcourt and Obiakpor metropolis, stakeholders who spoke with Channels Television described the development as unhealthy for the state.
Well, every Rivers man will want peace, will want calm, will want progress. And Nigerians should give kudos to the governor of Rivers State that despite the crisis orchestrated by the FCT minister, he has been able to do a lot. So you can imagine what he would have achieved but for the crisis. And I tell you, I think this whole thing is targeted at his re-election.
I really do not want to see the state in a situation where we revert back to the March 18 scenario.
Reactions from stakeholders across other local government areas were mixed. While some supported the impeachment move, insisting that legislative oversight is a constitutional responsibility of the House of Assembly, others described the allegation as political and not reflective of governance realities.
At the local level, I am duty-bound to present appropriation bills for passage by my legislative arm, meaning if I fail to do so, I can be called to question. So, because I'm a product of law, I will not support the breach of our constitution.
Why is this happening? We have just come back from an emergency rule, and they know too well that during the emergency rule period, the sole administrator went to the National House of Assembly, and a budget was approved for him. We expect that sometime June, if another budget presentation has not been done, then one will say, okay, there's an infraction.
Weighing in on the matter, the president of the National Youth Council of Nigeria, Dr. Bane Sabare, urged youths across the state to remain calm and refrain from any action that could threaten peace.
Everything that is going on is worrisome to Nigerian youth in Rivers State, and we do not expect this to come at this critical time. 2026, we expect development, we expect advancement.
In a press release today, the Rivers Elders and Leadership Forum condemned the impeachment notice, describing the move as politically motivated, warning that the action could deepen political division and destabilize a state still recovering from months of emergency rule. It called on the Rivers State House of Assembly to retrace its steps, respect due process, and prioritize peace. With impeachment proceedings now initiated and political tensions resurfacing, the coming days will be critical for Rivers State. For a state whose political stability directly affects its economic relevance within the Niger Delta and the nation at large, stakeholders insist the focus must remain on governance, peace, and the collective interests of Rivers people. Deborah Mia Feberasima, Channels Television News.